All right, so I will open the police station subcommittee meeting and call it to order. The first thing on the agenda, sorry, you're so much more considerate than I am. Okay, let's go. Although there's no game tonight, so we can actually take it easy for the first night in a long time.
I know.
Anyway, review consideration of the open meeting law complaint filed by Patrick Higgins on October 9th, 2018, and discuss proposed response complaint. Did everybody get a copy? Does everybody know what we're talking about here?
I actually have copies of the response.
Okay.
All I know is of the response. That's all I know about it.
Huh?
All I know is that what was in the response.
So,
That was the first
all
I
right,
heard
so
of it.
Patrick Higgins is this character who files open meeting law complaints all over a lot of municipalities. We've gone through it a couple of times. Swansea, Somerset, everybody has gone through this thing over and over again. That's what he does. He has nothing else to do but look at how cities and towns file their minutes, and then he files a complaint. And that's exactly what he did in this case too. That's why when we first met, I said, when we talked about a recording secretary, I kind of knew that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then Jack was supposed to do recording minutes, and then things happen. Anyway, we don't meet regularly, so it's hard for us to even, keep up with the meeting minutes. So right now, Tim's doing it, but he has since resigned because now he doesn't want to do it anymore. It's taking minutes is a hassle, but it's one of the things that we are committed to do and we have to do by law. So we actually got the minutes of our meeting, whatever. We actually voted to approve them before he filed the complaint, so we should be all set. So now we'd have to just make sure that we keep going and make sure that we do what we need to do every time we have a meeting. Just do that. But the town council just wants us to approve and discuss the response to the complaint and so that's all I need is if everybody read it.
I have copies of it.
Okay. And if we can make a motion to approve it as written, so we can send it off to the Attorney General's office.
So I have a comment. I'm wondering if it's of any value to insert language in there indicating that all of our meetings were videotaped and broadcast to the public.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we're not hiding anything here,
Not at all.
So
So we can have council add that.
That's a
something
good point.
along those lines.
It's not like they weren't. It's not like we weren't doing it. You know what I mean? Like it's there. We asked for a videotape for that very reason, so we could keep up and have a record of what we're doing.
And is it on YouTube?
Mhm.
All the meetings,
Yeah,
Yep.
they're all
so it's available to everybody?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they're videotaped and broadcast to the community.
Yep.
They're archived, so.
So I just need a motion and a
I'll make
second.
a motion that we authorize our attorneys to respond by what was written here with the addition of what Chief Abbott offered.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Perfect. Kate Taylor.
All right, next, an update on the bid results. I'm sure most people probably know, but I did update our budget, which shows the final number and, where that came in at. So for let's find my notes here. So we had 7 general contractor bids that came in, the low being HV Collins out of Providence, Rhode Island. The next bidder was about 500,000 higher than that, and then the rest of them kind of go up from there, with the highest being 11 million, 11.7 million really. But all the grouping from that really 10 million to the 11.7 was pretty tight, which is indicative of a good set of drawings. So it was good to see those numbers. They're all kind of seeing the same things. So that was good to see. We did a DCAM review of HV Collins. Didn't find anything out of the ordinary for them. Their DCAM rating is an 89. A failing grade is an 80. Obviously, the highest is 100, so they're right in the middle. I went through each one of their reviews, and again, there was nothing that was a red light or anything that I saw in there. So people rate them differently based on the situation you have with the contractor. Not every single one has comments, so 89's right in the middle. And then I went through every one of the sub-bidders that they're going to be including, and the lowest sub-bidder I got was V&G Iron, was a miscellaneous iron, which is a very small amount in our contract anyway. They're also at an 89, and then everybody else up from there was 90 or above. So the subcontractors, we've actually worked with all of them except V&G Iron and Armani, the waterproofer, who has a 93. But everybody else we've worked with and have had a great working relationship with. I think the good part, you look at your MEPs, your mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, and fire protection too. Rustic was your fire protection sub-bidder. They're a 94. We've worked with them many times. Great company. LePan Mechanical for plumbing, 91. Again, another great contract that we've worked with. Seekonk, 96. HVAC contractor. I just finished up the Brewster fire station with them. And I'm working with them again in Dayton, so they're working with us consistently. American Electrical, the same thing. Brewster and Dayton, they have a 94. So I think we have a good set of bidders that are in line to come on the project. In the meantime, what we did with David was send a letter of a notice of intent to sign the contract. So that was sent to HV Collins, and it just said, just be aware that we're waiting for town funding in the ballot vote, and once that comes through, we'll be signing the contract with you, which they agreed to. So no issues there. So everything is set up and ready to go as soon as we get funding and move forward from there.
Questions?
How did the Seacon protest come out?
Oh, I was just going to answer that. They responded today. We did have a protest that our HVAC bidder, who's Seacon, he put in his bid with a ATC contractor, controls contractor. So that's a paragraph E sub-bidder for him. So he's doing the HVAC work, but there's another contractor that he's hiring that's doing all his controls. Well, that control contractor sent him an email about 10 minutes before the bid was due and said, pull our bid. They didn't get notice of that until after the fact the bid was actually in. So we had a hearing on it, and the state said they denied the claim that there was a protest because they said, 10 minutes isn't enough time, to make that change. It was a bona fide bid from the beginning. As long as he uses a different ATC contractor at the same exact price, there's no issue. So again, Seekonk is one of the filed sub-bidders that Collins is using, so there's no issue there. They can carry them, and we can move forward. We just received this at like 4 o'clock today. That is no issue. So
Oh, good. That's awesome news.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
What did you say the electrical contractor is?
American Electrical out of Plymouth.
Yeah, they took the second low and skipped over MV, which would have been nice.
So they did that probably to meet their MBE requirements, minority business owner, because it's a woman-owned business. So,
Paper it is.
yeah. No, it is actually. I know the owner. She does actually run the company. So all in all, that's where we are with the bid. And then, again, the budget I updated. I took out all the contingencies we had at the top, put in the Collins bid, and then everything, below that are our soft costs. Our contingency is the last line, and that comes out with, the total money, where we are. So that the total ask to the town mirrors everything here. Everything in our presentations mirrors everything here. So this would be our budget moving forward if the money is awarded.
Right, because when you see the 13,128,602, you have to remember to take off the 750 off of that. That was already appropriated and used.
Correct.
So you know, I don't want people to get, you know, if somebody took this piece of paper out on the street, they would be like, oh, what do you mean? You said it was 12, but it's not, it's 13 and blah, blah, blah. So you have to remember that we've already appropriated the 750, so that comes off the top.
Yeah, I had to include the 750, because if you don't, then our contingency looks like it's 200,000, which is not enough going into a project like this. So, you know, just below $1 million is very healthy. I think it's perfect for this type of project, so we're comfortable with that moving forward.
All right, any other questions, concerns, anything? All right. So, do you want to keep going?
Yeah, next is the builder's risk. We're working on that questionnaire.
Yeah, I actually have contacted Adrian Magnolia
Yep.
from Meyer.
I've worked with Adrian.
Yeah, she recommends that we take out the insurance, not the contractor.
Correct.
Because they always include a markup. And it should be in the name of the town and not the contractor.
Yeah.
So I am gonna be working on that.
All right, yeah, she sent us, they needed some info on the building.
All right.
So I sent that to Dan at your office, Andy. They just needed specific code questions, things like that. And then I'll get that back over to you, Dave, and they'll price it from there.
I have a printout of that, I wanna review it with you before you go,
Okay,
what you need from me.
all right. Next is construction testing services. These are required to have. This is going to be a third party during construction. It's an amount we're carrying in the budget right now. So it'll be like a universal testing services, UTS or a Briggs. I'll get 3 quotes, and then there'll be the third party tester on site during construction. So they look at compaction of soils, they test concrete. They look at the steel, they look at the moment connections for the steel and the welding. So they are that third-party eyes and ears as far as testing goes. And I'll be getting, like I said, 3 quotes, and then we'll pick one to move forward with from there. The only schedule update is the dates that we have for the special town meeting and the ballot vote. And obviously, project marketing, and it looks like we have some signs now and
Yep, we've
anything
got
that
100
you-
of these on time. And we got another 100 coming.
You know, when it coming,
Because
we
we gotta-
wanna start putting those out November
So,
1st.
Have you got some people already? You said that you,
Yeah, I'll get some people for you,
Okay.
definitely.
and we'll start.
Nice.
Yeah,
And-
sure.
That's
Could I have that
mostly
back, Mike?
TJ Ashley design.
Yep, TJ did that.
Yeah,
He also did this. This is the mailer we're gonna put out also.
Okay.
That's the only copy I have at the moment.
So don't lose it.
Don't
We
lose
have
it.
frames too. Great, so we have frames and signs, so that's
Yeah.
not an issue.
Oh, I have tons of, those if you need any.
Wire
Okay.
frames.
Did you already order them?
Yeah, we
They
have them
came
all.
with,
Yeah,
so
All right.
it's part of the package.
it's part of the package deal, so.
Obviously, we had done an open house last Saturday,
How'd that go?
pretty well. Um, we had about 30 people show up,
Oh,
which.
that's
Oh,
good.
that's good.
Compared to the,
You got more than the info
Yeah.
session.
That's right.
it was kind of an interesting experience for everybody who came in and for us actually, because kind of the people's, you know, like, oh my God, you work here?
Yeah,
So,
Is anybody in the cell?
no, thankfully.
it might not hurt to have another one.
So
We
later
are.
down the
November
road,
3rd,
so
right?
we planned on, like, it went so well that we're gonna do it again next Saturday.
Yeah, good.
So, yeah, that's,
Those
where I am
30
now.
people talk to other people, you know, and that helps.
yeah, well, it's,
You know, just spreading it.
I will say it was good, to talk to people too and kind of educate them on like, that there's a whole process that goes, you know, with the, town meeting and the ballot vote, because a lot of people don't understand that, so.
Right.
That was something that, because a lot of people kind of just think it's gonna appear.
Yeah, we're just gonna go out and vote
Yeah.
yes.
So I don't want people to think that, and but it was, like I said, it was kind of a labor-intensive thing. You get like, you know, because they kind of come at different times. Basically, it was like 3 of us that kept taking turns, bringing people through, and it would take a solid, you know, half
Half
hour,
hour,
if
yeah.
not more, to get through the whole building. With
Yeah.
somebody. A lot of questions. People aren't afraid to ask questions in that type of setting, so I thought that was pretty good.
I think that's awesome.
So we're looking at doing that like 7 to 10 days before the town meeting. We figured it's got enough recency that people aren't gonna forget about it after they've already received it. So that's what we're kinda going for, so we're trying to like hit it, like, you know, the signs, you have a full 2 weeks, and then like another layer would be with those pamphlets.
And if we think we need to, we'll hit it again before the election with the
So
same
what's
Right.
the
folder.
open house?
So, Saturday the 3rd, we're doing it again, 10 to 3,
This Saturday.
yeah, this Saturday coming up. We're giving kids candy too.
Do you have any, can you,
A little late.
can you put it,
Well, we did it last time,
Oh.
yeah.
how did people hear about it the last time you said something?
I think it's mostly Facebook. That seems, we have it on our sign, but Facebook seems to be the most popular way to get people to come in.
Yep.
Let's say like, you know, we're trying to, you know, between, you know, Facebook, having info on the association's website, the signs, the pamphlets, it's, you know, I'm trying to not leave any stones unturned as far as what's gonna reach any, yeah, everybody's got different ways that they're engaged, so we're trying to catch them all.
What about the 2 signs?
Yeah, that we have to,
Yeah,
Because there's nothing on
Yeah,
there now.
how about the seniors? Get the seniors
something was
out.
just on there and
To
I,
get mail.
no,
I mean, I don't.
early voting, I
Early
think
drive
was
by
on
the
there.
sign all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
mailer's probably a good.
Yeah,
You guys don't have a portable message board, do you?
no, we
No.
don't.
Road.
Those are
road board.
illegal.
They're illegal?
We have a bylaw against signs.
Oh, they're illegal in town.
Yes. Sorry.
Those are good sometimes. And then you put it right in the middle of town. You post when the meeting is.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Talked about how beneficial something like that would be sometimes, like, especially like, even like 4th of July. stuff
In
like that.
emergencies, yeah.
I think there is or I saw it the other day, the Facebook, one for the town. It said ballot vote first.
Oh.
So, or that's the one that came up, maybe there's 2 different ones, but I think we have to really make sure that people have to understand that it's a 2/3 vote at the special town meeting, and if that doesn't get approved by 2/3, then we're not going anywhere.
Right.
Why, what about the people that don't use Facebook?
It's been in the
I don't use it.
newspaper, I know, it's been in the newspaper,
Yeah, we have
That's
once.
why I said, like, the
once.
signs and the pamphlets are the best
That's
that we
why
can come up
that
with.
mailing, I think, is
Yeah.
very good.
right.
I don't
There's a
know,
lot of people
Mailing
that
are
don't use
important.
it. Older people,
Right.
sorry.
The reverse,
now I said,
Not
if you
only
guys do the one call with the.
We're doing the
to
one call, yep.
Remind people of the dates, other than that, honestly, Paul, I don't really know what else to
There's
do.
nothing
Yeah.
else you can, the mailer, I think, is gonna be
yeah.
very good. That'll get people out. Because there's still people that don't really have a lot of information on this. At least they're gonna have a notification.
I say, if anybody else has any ideas about other things that we can do, I just kinda.
Yeah, we,
We've-
like,
An
Well, the
article went out in the
organization-
newspaper.
yeah,
When people were running for office, they came to organizations, I mean, and there aren't as many, active organizations, but I don't know about Lions Club, a presentation, I don't know, Tuesday Club, I don't know what else is available, and the senior center, the senior group, their meeting.
we could probably set something up with the PTO,
As a presentation. I mean, and it doesn't mean the whole troop,
no,
just
I just think,
someone, and maybe a police officer, and pushing the open house. I mean, if you go through the police station, that's really important.
Yeah, well,
That has
again,
an impact.
we've already been putting it out there, so.
I think
don't
that
know what else I
once
can
they
do.
see the signs, then the questions will start, well,
Right.
if people don't know, well, what are they talking about? I mean, we've been working on this for 2 years already,
Right.
so what are they
But
talking
we've gotten
about?
very little publicity while we were working on it,
I mean, some of that's just,
except for the video.
Right,
like newspapers aren't what they were. You know, obviously, they're not giving us
No.
the coverage, and people aren't reading them like they used to.
A
No.
lot of people don't even get the paper.
Right,
Right.
exactly. So,
Well, it's gotten so expensive for a lot of seniors don't. But,
yeah,
I mean, Andy, the Swansea projects, they've been in the paper quite a bit.
We got too much coverage.
Yeah, you get a lot of
Everything
coverage.
goes in the paper from every
We
meeting.
got one, that's it, just that one article from the last time they see it. But we don't get much. And even if people read it online, they see it from the newspaper.
yeah.
I mean, maybe we could get something in the paper too about open house.
Well, what's good about newspaper articles
Sure.
is when, the way, when
Yeah,
people,
sure.
Google the project, the articles come up, and then they usually click on the article and read it.
Is this gonna go to every resident?
Mm.
Yes. every resident, all the PO boxes, which
that
ends up
have
being
to-
overkill,
but
but
isn't
we
it-
don't know
yeah.
which PO boxes
Yeah.
belong to
Right.
residents and which ones are out
I
of
mean,
town,
that's
so.
the easiest way to get it in front of everybody.
Yeah. We just, I guess they got that door direct thing, whatever, with the post office, so we checked every house, every route, and all the PO boxes on both sides of town.
I believe the finance committee is doing something too.
Okay,
So that'll go out also, I believe. That was the last thing I heard. So with that and that, I mean, then you're hitting everybody to at least go to the town meeting and listen to what we have proposed.
right.
Once, like I said, once they see the visual signs and they're driving around, that'll
I think
be
that's
another,
gonna be the,
I think so
yeah.
too.
We're gonna have a lot of work to do between the meeting and the ballot vote too. Because we won't have, the percentage of people that go to the meeting, and we get 2/3 of them. But then from there, we're gonna have to work really hard between there.
Do you need 2/3
At town meeting.
you need 2/3 at town meeting, as well as the ballot?
No, not the ballot. The
Oh, the
majority of
majority,
the
okay.
ballot. 2/3 at
once-
town meeting.
If we get it at the town meeting, then those weeks in between, we're gonna have to work hard.
I don't think that this issue is as controversial as the schools were. So I know how hard it was for the schools. Although I'm sure there are people in the woodwork that are against this and will come out at the last second, I'm not so sure how much of those people that are out there.
I think the ballot vote was gonna be the hard one.
Right.
Well, just keeping people engaged too between the 2 weeks.
But the people, even though it was a small group, but maybe it's 25% that have kids in school, they're an active group.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so
no, I
that
get
spread,
that.
and this is not as, we don't involve as many people with this particular group. Where
See,
we
I
can
think,
come
I
up-
think the police station is different than the schools because the police station is for the whole community. And I think the schools were for a smaller population, so that's why I don't see it as controversial. People might not like the number, but we're talking $6.5 million. So we can't get it much lower than that.
But I think the people who are involved in the school are passionate about it, and they're, and they get grandparents and stuff, and that's.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see those people go to the ballot to vote
that's
for
it.
this, and I think you're gonna see them at town meeting. But I also, I
But
don't,
that helps to carry it.
Right.
Yeah, their passion.
yeah, I agree. But we don't know who's out there who is against it.
Oh, I know.
Because they always come out at the end.
The key is when you talk to people, a lot of yes votes don't show up.
Right.
It's to stress to them that they gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the main thing, make sure they show up that night. So, that's,
That's why it's so important to emphasize that the town meeting vote is the most important, not the most important vote,
But we can't
but,
move
but we
without it.
can't move without it, so.
yeah, we
So,
need
yeah, we-
about 200 people.
We can set up or Carlton, whomever, we can set up a meeting for the seniors, just for the seniors, to explain it better to them. So we can
When
get
do they
them,
have their actual, their social meeting that they have here?
That doesn't have most of
We
the
did
people,
it-
it'd be
I think they have
bingo.
a social
No,
meeting.
we
The-
did it-
The board
yeah.
meets once a month.
Just the board?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
sometimes they have meals.
Yeah, all you have to do is set up with Barbara to say, we wanna come in on such and such a date and time. She'll put up a flyer and people will come in.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard to do.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, she'll
I think
take care.
that would be
She'll
good.
take care of getting people here if they.
Yeah,
if they're
she'll
gonna
put it-
wanna come.
How many typically show up?
This is a totally new venture for me.
You don't come?
Talking about?
You get
Yeah.
to senior center, I have no idea.
Usually the biggest draw is when they have like a luncheon here, and I would say pretty much you fill both of these tables.
That's a
about
good
it.
time to have a lot of signs.
Yeah, or
Next
bingo day, whichever that is, we
Well,
can
that's
get in the
usually
same
the
day.
same day.
I don't
Yeah.
wanna interrupt bingo.
Yeah,
though.
that's
That might
exactly
get-
it.
that might
They're
get-
fierce with their
Yeah, I don't-
bingo.
yeah, I don't-
No, no,
I
no.
don't mess with bingo, I know better.
That's
No.
right.
But I mean, I don't know if if we just go and talk to her. I'm coming in Friday during the day. If we can go over and talk to her. I can go over and talk to her, whatever. See if there's something we can do between now and the meeting.
Yeah, the board will get it out and let everybody know. What you'll find is you may find other people to show up too that didn't know about the informational meeting or didn't have a chance to go to the
Yeah, that's-
informational
I
meetings.
don't know if they,
So,
and they have a newsletter that comes out, I mean, I'm a senior, but I don't,
Yeah, it is a
And check-
monthly newsletter.
yeah, so if we could get it in the newsletter, so call tomorrow, or maybe it's already gone out.
It's already gone out, I
It's
think.
already gone out for
Did you already get it?
November, yeah.
but she does have the emails
She
of
has
everybody.
a December newsletter has.
Yeah,
it
well,
on
we'll
it, yeah.
aim for that one too.
Yeah, okay.
Because we
Right.
need that.
You can at least talk about
Ballot.
the ballot vote.
When do those newsletters usually land, Paul?
Usually come out at the beginning of the month. Well, second week for the following month, let's put it this way.
Okay.
Well, we could check on it.
I mean,
Is
has
there a
anybody?
Is there a Lions Club still active?
Oh, I don't think so. I haven't heard about a Lions Club in a long time.
Well, I don't know, I see them at the parade.
I don't
Look,
know.
see, When you had candidates night, you were lucky if you got 20 people. Sometimes there was more lines putting it on than you had people showing up, right? I mean,
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree.
But I was
So
just wondering about it, I mean, I'm trying to think of groups that you could get,
Can you put it on, the website or send an email out to the basketball league, the travel basketball league? Can you do that?
It's a Freetown Lakeville basketball league. I don't know how that works. I mean, I don't
'Cause
even
they
know.
asked me that last night.
Who's the point of contact and what's the email address?
Yeah, I think the police can send it out.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
tough
The
for the town,
association
'cause you
probably
can't.
can.
the
Yeah.
committee
It's,
can't send it out.
No.
The
can you have
The
some
association
information
can,
at
man.
both
Yeah.
libraries about the proposal for this? Not telling people how to vote, but just so they can look at it? You know, this kind of stuff? Or a couple of things? Could you have something in each library? I know the libraries are pretty busy.
No, but he was saying that he could send out a reminder. It's a lot of people to support.
He could send it out, but I don't think, I know the board couldn't send it
No.
out, or
They would do it on their own.
yeah.
Like, remember
Just
to
like
go
the
out and
PTO
vote
would do the same thing.
tomorrow night.
The PTO would do the same thing, just a reminder for people.
Because the other thing is the baseball league. You could, with one click of a button, you can reach, cripes. Used to be, when I was president, 200 families.
geez, yeah.
What could you
Who's-
have available if you had it at each library, so people going in could see, see a picture of this, see something?
I mean, the whole presentation can be printed out. It's in a PowerPoint form if you.
Like a booklet.
so
Yeah.
or-
print it,
yeah.
put
But
it in a
even
binder.
something visual, you know,
At some point,
With
people have to
information.
take responsibility to find the information too. It's not like we're hiding it. It's hard. I get what we're saying, but we've done the Facebook thing. We've done the presentations. You know, we've done the one call. We've done.
it's our job to get it out there, you know.
I'm
you're
not saying
talking
it's
about
not.
people-
I'm not saying it's not our job, but at some point, I don't know how we're gonna reach everybody. I
Well,
don't know.
Here's some suggestions. If I walk in the library, is there anything in there besides going on the computer that has anything visual about any information about the meeting, upcoming meeting, about what we're talking about?
You know,
And even a picture, even something with some facts,
if you
Well,
put
I
a
think-
picture with a notice about
Right.
yeah?
the
Or
the special town meeting
anything
and the
that's,
ballot vote, I think that's a legitimate thing to put.
Yeah.
in each
Anywhere.
library.
get to,
In each
Not
library.
only there though. If we're gonna do that, then we should do it at all of the Quick Picks and the Dunkin' Donuts and all of
the
those.
library is
just in-
different than a Dunkin' Donuts. And we're talking about people that are going in there to gather information or to learn and so forth. And so that population that maybe
lot of
no
people
longer
go
getting
into
their
the
newspaper
library.
or their
Yeah.
readers. So you want to, we got to touch, and maybe it's only a small group, but we got to touch every little pocket of groups, whether they're people with children or whether they're seniors or people who are bookworms or, you know, whatever. But not to just dismiss them all.
I'm not dismissing anybody, and nor am I disagreeing with you. And that's the first time I've heard about a suggestion about putting something at the library. I don't go to the library, so I would never even think about putting anything at the library. I think about going to the schools, and that's why you know, I think
Mhm.
reaching out to the PTO and
PTOs is
talking about
good.
the schools is probably a good thing to do. And I think that we did the presentation for the water line for the seniors, and there were, what, 20 people, 25 people here? Okay, so we can do that. But no, I have never thought about putting anything at the library, and nor am I trying to dismiss it. It's never crossed my mind.
What if Andy put together, you know, like 5 or 10 renderings on some foam of the building? We
It's a
get
little
it,
bit bigger than that.
yeah, get an easel at, you know, different locations.
Well, we don't have that much room in the library, if you should know, but I
And-
mean,
You know,
if
you could
there-
do, you
if there
could
is
put
a,
up there, you could put the
Yeah,
you could,
and
town
then
meeting date.
you can put when the dates are and then a link to the
and
website. to the-
open house at the police station too, state. I mean, if you're gonna just have that one, or you're gonna have one beyond that, there's one, because we don't have enough time for this weekend's. You know,
Saturday,
those
the
seniors, some of
Next
them
Saturday.
come
Right,
in
it's
with
this
walkers
Saturday.
and they come to meetings. And they don't, and there are people who attend every single town meeting because they're interested in the town. And I think of many of them, and they come in to vote, and they're there. And we need to reach them,
We had,
because they support what's best for the town.
and Carlton had a flyer at the last town meeting.
So every voter received a flyer at the last special town meeting directing them to
But, I mean,
website
people,
with information,
visual,
video,
see
and-
something. I mean, this is beautiful, and so let's get it out there as far as with dates. And if they have open houses, and I think most of these people have never been in the police station. I mean, so they open house, we don't have much time where it's this weekend, but. So if something, it doesn't have to be huge.
Yeah, or, you know, we could get one mounted up on some gator board.
And be honest with you, we could have informational in the church bulletins.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Wasn't
Sorry.
Well, Charlie was gonna try that already. I
But
don't know
was
how-
it in?
I don't know
Was it
how we
in?
made out.
I don't know, there's 700 families, what,
Right, I
I
don't
was
know
gonna-
anything
Charlie was
about
gonna
putting
get
but I
it.
mean,
It's
there
in
bulletins.
the
are, every event that, town events that are going on are in the bulletins.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Is Charlie
families.
doing that? Did you say Charlie was
Said he
doing
was
that?
going
He
to.
was gonna try and do it in,
Have you seen it in the
St.
bulletins?
Bernard's.
St. Bernard's.
I haven't seen the bulletin
You
yet.
can always unleash.
I mean, we put the
TJ on
Strawberry
Yeah, I know,
Festival
right.
in the church bulletins. I mean, things like that. I mean, just, they have community news.
Vote for the police station or else you're gonna go to.
Gotta go to hell.
There you go.
St. John, we never have any information about what's going on in the town.
All right, I'll
St.
call
Bernard's,
Charlie and
they
see
do.
where he is on that.
So
Yeah, Charlie
is
was
it-
already gonna do
You mean
that.
they don't
He
have a
was?
bulletin?
They have a bulletin, but they
But
Well,
never
they
no-
have to get it in real ahead of time.
have town information.
Not
Yeah.
that far ahead of time, believe it or not.
I wonder,
Yeah, did you
Oh, I'm
see how,
surprised
the
that
date?
That's
the big
allowed,
listing in the
that's what
bulletin,
I'm
how
saying.
far
I
ahead
was
it is.
like-
It's pretty,
I don't know,
separation of church and state.
I don't know.
Yes.
Hey, we're not being particular in any particular religion.
No,
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 I was
no.
just saying that.
The government religion of Freetown, we're all set.
We don't have that, I mean, St. John's, I never seen anything about what's going on in town. It's funny, it's Catholic Church.
Right.
In St. Bernard's, they have it, I mean,
do you have all that kind of stuff in your bulletin?
no.
You don't? We have it when the St. John Newman's having an event, when the Boy Scouts are having an event, when anybody's having an event, there's a community news in the bulletin.
Yeah, but nothing to do with the town.
Does the church
No,
have
but
a
these are
website?
informational meetings. We're not saying where to vote,
Yeah.
we're just saying informational meetings or, things like that.
Well, I mean, when-
They
when-
remind you of
when-
town.
When St. Bernard's has their, what is it?
Fair.
The Halloween
fair,
thing,
The
yeah.
Halloween.
The festival?
They
Well, no.
mention it, right? It's in the bulletin. And when they have their festival, it's in, I'm sure it's in your bulletin, but I've never seen anything that has to do with
Like a town
town
meeting?
meetings.
They don't have, no, they don't have,
No,
I
okay.
think, I don't know that at town meetings, but they wouldn't be beyond them civic duty, town meeting, such and such. They wouldn't say what was on it, but they would say town meeting. But if you,
Maybe they
the
do.
informational meetings, it
Maybe.
would,
I'm gonna see if Charlie can do that, that'll be a miracle.
could you get, if you get anything not too big, I'll take them to the libraries.
Or we could,
I would just pick, you know, different.
make a color, like make color copies.
I think you want it up on a board, on an easel.
Do they have enough room for that?
No.
No. It's
We
gotta
don't.
be,
They don't have enough room for that?
Not too
No.
much room, no, not
the
too much
room,
room.
the library is smaller than this room, basically.
It
In the
is.
Freetown Library, you could have on the desk when you walk in,
Mm-hmm.
they could put something on that, hang something on that desk, and people would see it as soon as they walk in. It's tough. and
Yeah,
it's
we could put it right on the door.
So David could probably send somebody tomorrow to make a couple of colored copies.
Should we run off that PowerPoint presentation and put it in a binder or something for them too, while we're at it?
Leave one at each
Yeah,
each
might
library.
as well.
And you're gonna
Yeah.
put the dates on the picture,
Mhm.
right?
Mm.
When we were working on the National Register, we put stuff in the library. We had it in the library for, people, and then afterward. And people could go check in if their houses were, and, as far as the districts.
I mean, I think even like Juniors and Quick Pick and Dunkin' Donuts and all those places, people from town walk into those places all the time. Even if we had a smaller one, just a flyer
Yeah.
with the dates and stick it up on the window.
Well, we could do it every place we post
Yeah, that,
for the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
How about one in the town hall? Can you put one in there?
Sure.
yeah.
yeah, is there one in
And when
downtown,
the
is there one
taxes due?
downstairs?
taxes November 1st.
You should have one for there, but that's coming up.
Is a rendering with the
We do have a
dates
big rendering.
and a
Where is it?
link, something you could put together quickly?
Office.
Actually, the
Who
rendering,
goes in the
You
office?
put it
We didn't
together
No,
go
I'm
quickly.
in.
just saying that
Having
we
it
put that
printed and
down.
the
mounted.
rendering
Yeah.
should be downstairs now that we have,
Pull it off.
or is early,
Well,
when is early
That'd
voting
be tough with
end?
the voting now, to get any space.
No,
Even
matter
if it was on a
first is
bulletin
what,
board.
Thursday?
I think next week. too.
First is
So
Thursday,
if we,
correct?
if
But
we.
we should definitely have something at the town hall for tax day,
Well, I think we're gonna move the rendering downstairs because it's early voting right now.
cause you know
So
you're in the
anybody
mood for
that
your
comes
taxes to
in-
go
You
up
can't
when
be
you're
too
paying
big,
them.
cause there's hardly any room to pass by the tables.
Then that'll be the next project, and then
Right.
everybody will be happy, because
Yeah.
There's a
There we
new
go.
there's a new place
there's
to
a
vote.
new need, there you go.
There's a table with all like, handouts and stuff, right? Yeah, we could probably just put it up on that table when you first walk in on the left.
The table's still there with, I'm trying to think, I went in,
Yeah,
Or do they have to go to Jackie's
uh,
first?
with all the
Yeah.
voting things.
Probably,
they told
right?
me
To check
have to be
in.
quiet.
Anything that
Anything that,
walks or crawls.
no, we probably should get permission to put that board up
Especially with
anyway.
the voting,
Yeah, yeah.
especially
Yeah,
with the voting.
yeah, that might,
Leave a rendering here, on that, here too.
We could put it in the foyer.
Something here.
Well, we could have some mounted on foam board, you know, I
Can you
don't,
do
how
that?
many?
Can you get it done in the next couple of days?
Not too big.
Yeah, you know, so we definitely can get our part done, but we're gonna send it out to be printed and mounted.
What are the
Who do you
places?
use as a
that's-
printer?
Riverside Art,
They quick turnaround usually, or
Yeah.
yeah.
they are.
I have one near me that probably could turn it around in a day. I don't know if it doesn't matter who we use, but
What you do in the businesses is gonna have to be something like this up on the
Yeah, that's
bulletin
fine.
board.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be
So
small.
you won't,
That doesn't have to be on phone board, so
so
I think
that's,
just,
but the phone board, I mean, if you
just
can,
want that with the dates on top.
with the
Yeah,
dates.
with the day right up on top of the
Yeah.
board is here, we go and we just plank them right over all the other town postings that are there,
yeah,
and leave it there for the time.
town meeting.
Do them in order,
There you go.
that's right,
I think you want the link to the video.
yes.
And you
yeah,
can
that's
even
yeah.
put
The
website.
dates and the link, and that's it. Rendering,
Yeah,
dates, link.
Yeah.
You know, you could sit for all the information you need. Go to this link.
Yeah,
Yep, I think so too, but make sure you have the
and
dates.
point them to the video, the video that they can go and actually see what,
When
Is
are
the-
you
is the-
doing your,
Is the link on the
sending your
sign?
mailing?
Hmm?
When are you sending?
So
your
we wanna discuss, I guess, when do you think is the best time?
Wait, which thing?
Our
The
mailing,
Oh,
mailing,
we're sending it out 7 to 10 days before
Before
the
the
town
thing.
7
meeting.
to 10 days.
yeah.
Yeah, we want to stagger it from the signs and then do the mailing. And then, we don't want it to be too soon, but we want it to be too far away from it. You know what I'm saying?
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And the thing is that with the midterm elections coming up, a lot of people are gonna start throwing that stuff away.
Right.
So you don't want it to get caught up in
So,
that.
yeah, so
I would
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
you'd want it,
think-
because that's what I'm doing now,
We do
change,
it.
change.
About 6,
Yeah,
So let's do it, we'll do it
Put
right
it on
after
the
the,
7th.
yeah, so shoot for the week ahead of it then.
Yeah.
And then we'll make sure we're after the 6th. That
Yeah.
should line
So
up
next
good.
week,
Yeah,
Thursday or Friday, send it out.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna take, unless there's a special way to do it. It's gonna take a couple of days to get, cause doesn't everything go to Providence?
No, we're
You
gonna
don't
do
do
it,
that
right- yeah,
automatic?
yeah, it's gonna go
Okay.
through the
Alright, so
post
you don't have
office,
to worry
yeah.
about that issue, okay.
So we have to like deliver it in bundles and everything, it's a whole thing,
Yeah,
so,
I can't remember, but
yeah, we were just messing around the website and everything, so.
Yeah, because you're not addressing them to individual people.
No, it's just
No
a postal
resident.
customer, that's it.
so you're sending it out. I know. When are you putting it in the mail? What date?
So I guess like the 7th would be what?
Yeah,
6th,
that's what I was
yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna say.
So
Yeah,
wanna
that's
make sure
perfect.
after all this other
Yep.
crap
7th
goes
is
out.
the Wednesday, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
I mean, you could actually even mail it out on the 6th. I don't think it's gonna make a difference because it's all gonna be done on the 6th.
Yeah, I just want to land after all the
Yep.
other stuff.
So are we're gonna have these for the businesses?
Yes.
So how many do you usually deliver, do you know, when you do the warrants?
3.
Yeah, we only do 3 on each side, we don't, and we don't do, like, actually, we've kind of
We-
lost some places.
Yeah, we only do
Yes, we-
3 total, I think, now.
Yeah, cause we used to do way more, cause we used to have, going back, we had
Village
Cortez
Pizza
and
and
like all these
Cortez.
other
Oh,
places
yeah.
around it.
Well,
the
every place is
posting.
postings, and any other places that you think of that they don't receive the postings. I don't think Dunkin' Donuts receives the posting.
Dunkin'
No.
Donuts is weird
don't-
about doing stuff, and these 2 Dunkin' Donuts on this side, because of the management, they usually don't wanna do all that much
And this
for
one
the other
doesn't
thing
either.
that I'm put up.
What about juniors?
Juniors would be-
Juniors, we do postings.
We do
so,
posting there, that won't be a
Okay.
problem.
That'll be fine.
How about everybody? A lot of people go in there.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Apparently, it's not a good idea.
That'd be good.
Where's that?
Your face is all red now.
Yeah, I try to like, tiptoe around that one.
It didn't work. I want to play poker against you.
I don't even bother.
In those windows, so when people walk in.
Oh, yeah, you can do that, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So get me one for,
So it sounds like a lot of them we can do just printouts, 11 by 17.
Yeah.
So how many do we need on a board for what
Two
and for what
libraries.
locations? Just
Two.
both libraries.
Just the 2 libraries, I think.
So that's
Yeah,
yeah, and they
easy.
don't have to be too big because.
In the town hall?
Yeah, town
I
hall.
Town
know that
hall.
the
We have one.
rendering, but Chase Road is misspelled, that's the only,
That's the
But-
old one, isn't it?
oh, I don't know. if
We
it's-
don't post at the senior
What's that?
center, but we.
I don't,
do
have you
at the senior
updated
center.
that?
So you want to do the whole
It's
setup like
changed
the
somewhat,
libraries here
sure.
too? Let's see, do like
That's about a year old.
We're gonna do, they're gonna
We
give
should
us
probably
a
do a
different
lot-
one
a
for the
new one.
libraries, it's on a foam board.
Probably
Right,
that
so
same
what do you-
size.
So what do you think should be here then?
You'll have all the
Different
posting,
spelling.
all the these,
Different spelling.
all the, at the postings, but we're gonna put on
Chase
this
Road was misspelled.
dates.
They didn't spell it with
and where
an S.
they can-
Yeah, it's with an S.
Isn't this more of a
It's down.
target-rich environment for, like, if you're gonna do it at the libraries, wouldn't you do the same thing here? So don't like they,
What, a foam board?
yeah, or at least the binder
Yeah, I would
with
do
the-
a
with
phone
the-
board here and then a binder
Yeah.
with the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
If you're concerned
You are?
about, yeah, I would do it here just the same as those places, 'cause
Unless
Town
and then
hall,
I would-
libraries in here. 4.
Yeah.
Four.
Then I
So
would
we need 4.
we would do a presentation here too. Presentation at the
Foam board
PTO.
and binder. 4 places, 2 libraries, senior center, and town hall, right?
How much lead time do you think she's gonna need to just get out to the
Okay.
seniors?
All the
I have no
places is
idea.
posted.
We'll have to find out.
We need the church bulletin. Historical might be a good place too. They just sent out their newsletter.
To
But
put
even
something in the
like
newsletter
this, something like this will be enough.
because they have their Mondays, right?
Now the kids, we're gonna reach the PTO.
We're gonna reach a PTO.
Who's gonna do that? Are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
If you could do email with the PDF of that, if you get that list, the Lakeville, Freetown, and the baseball league, if you get somebody to send it out as a PDF. And it comes from the police association, not from us.
yeah, I guess if those lists made their way to the
I don't
association.
have it.
Let's say, I don't know, I'm just saying if those lists happen to make their way to the association, I'm sure we would be happy to send them out.
Yeah,
Just can't come from us, that's.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
I can get the baseball league and the basketball league to do it.
Okay. So even if there's like an individual to send the stuff to, and then they wanna send it out,
Yeah,
it's up to them.
I'll take care of that.
Alright,
Okay.
That's a good way to go.
And that's really no cost, other than converting it to a PDF and putting it in a
How many signs do we have?
It's gonna be 200.
200?
Yeah, we have 100 right now, and
Okay.
TJ saw a great deal on another 100, so.
All
It's
right.
never too soon
And we
to
should
get going.
probably wait till, what, the seventh to
don't
put
wanna
them
do it
out
before
also?
Halloween.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
After
Yeah.
Halloween and
So-
after
so
the
November
election.
1st, we're gonna
Okay.
put 'em out.
A lot will go missing before Halloween.
Yeah.
So has anybody heard anything negative?
Negative?
Yeah,
Just the
like
rumors
is
we've
there
all been
anything
hearing.
that we should be concerned
No-
about?
Nothing
No,
concrete.
nothing concrete?
Nothing
I
concrete.
don't think there's anything negative, I think there's a lot of concern over the price.
The 6.5?
No, the price, the 12. The 12.
I had,
That's what I do.
I had an interesting conversation with Bob Betancourt, the barber, about what's been going on in the barber shop and what he's been hearing.
It's a good place to hear stuff.
And his was the price and the fact that it was so big, and I explained to him that it had to be designed for us, and I explained the price and the financing, and he seemed to understand, or he said he understood, made him feel better when we get done. And if it's true, he'll be passing that on to all the customers in the chairs as they go by. Unfortunately, he's on vacation this week, but
Right.
When you think of the price, the cost per 300,000, to me, it's not a lot, 121. That's not a lot. And Kim, I had asked the question at the last meeting, Kim gave me the figure, $300,000 home
Mm-hmm.
is 21 cents for the 2.5% increase. That's another $60. It's not
Right.
overwhelming here, you know, but.
But I think it's, you're right, Paul, like, people are still on the 12, and that's why I made a big deal about the 13. That's what they see, and they haven't learned that it's, gonna be the 6.5, because they haven't seen the offsets that we've been using, so.
well, the prime example of that was last town meeting when we were talking about zoning. And the people just couldn't understand zoning, so you're in the same boat with the money
Right.
figures.
Yeah,
We've gotta keep it slow and explain it over and over till they get it.
But when you tell people that the town's kicking in 6 million, they say, well, it's still costing us 12 million.
It's
That's
tax
what-
money, yeah.
It's tax money, that's what they're saying. But you know what,
But we
I
gotta
think the
explain to
biggest-
them where that other 6 million is coming from. Yes, it is money, it is tax money, but it's money that's been put aside for things
this
like this.
purpose.
Absolutely.
It's purpose like that.
That's why it was
Yeah.
put away.
Yeah, it's half paid for already.
That's right.
And
But the only other thing you hear is for some people that want a new senior center and people that want a library, they say, well, we're never gonna see any more buildings for a long time.
I don't believe that that's
I don't think
necessarily
it's gonna be
true.
as long as they think,
Yeah, exactly.
but it is gonna be a while before we have more construction. I think, but you know what, I think my own personal opinion, probably gonna pass at town meeting. The big problem, not the
Oh,
big
then we're gonna have to
problem.
really work like crazy. I find more people don't know about a lot of it. I'm hearing that more than I hear negative.
Well,
And they haven't even seen a photo except what was in the newspaper or some place, but most of them, that's why if we get these out with just a few blurbs on here, it will help. I mean, it's not like we've been meeting secretly, but I mean, they
No.
just don't know. And because the world is different now, and everyone used to go to the newspaper, and we had a weekly paper and stuff, we don't have any of that, and communication's so different. So I think we miss a whole bunch.
When we did the schools, it was all newspaper. And that every article,
Yeah.
every day it was a Pacheco versus Sadik article, or
Yeah, and it's true, but I mean, in some
I wasn't even
towns,
around at that. I wasn't on the board
there's a
then.
lot in about
Teasing.
Westport, there's a lot in about Swansea, about their projects, there hasn't been much anything going.
he's barely at a meeting. He might be at a meeting every other
Right.
time.
I mean, even your selectmen's meetings, they don't cover.
Nope.
And we had Jeff Wagner, we had a lot of coverage.
Yep.
He's in Westport, and you can see the difference,
Yeah,
so,
he wants a hot and juicy newspaper.
that's the,
Even when you have, like, all these things are videotaped, lot of people don't watch them. You know, how many, unless you're in tune to politics in the town, most people don't watch them.
Yeah, I don't think.
No,
Part of the problem that we're gonna run into is you can't make people care.
no.
No,
No,
There's-
but if you can stick it in places that they are at, we have to find them, and so if we put it, they can't put it in Dunkin' Donuts, but if you put it at Junior's, or if you put it at these places where they frequent, the hairdresser, the barber shop, just this with a few facts.
Yeah.
And, oh, that's what it looks like, oh, that's really nice, you know, or,
Yeah.
that's what they're talking about, or, you know, and then they might,
You're looking to hit the people that don't know anything, because there's always going to be people that are for it 100% and people who are against it no matter what.
Right.
right.
So
It's
you're looking
these
to, you're
people
looking to
that
turn those people to, yeah, this is a great idea.
I mean, I belong to the Trucy Club, and most of them don't know too much about what's happening with this either, too.
I think a lot of people are gonna go to town meeting for the first time and wanna do the whole video and the Q and A
Well,
and,
whatever we have to do.
That will be the case.
yeah.
Yep, it
And
will.
that is why that's
And I
so
think that's what they're
important,
waiting
right?
for.
They're gonna see how it all falls together.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So,
That's about what I figured.
boo. Right, anything else? Everybody got their marching orders?
Well, how are we gonna get these out? To the senior center, now, do you want us to,
You got a
Help?
list?
I can
He's got a list
I
going.
can, I'll crunch it all down to the
Okay.
sheet.
Okay.
okay, and then how are we gonna distribute them?
Well, it's coming down to Andy, he's gonna have to make the copies and put the,
Andy will distribute them to, once they're done, Andy, drop them off at town hall. And then we'll have
people-
somebody to drop them off at the 2 libraries. And then one over here, that's easy enough. You're gonna talk to Barbara, I'll talk to the PTO, that'll be taken care of. And then you're gonna make the smaller copies to hand out.
Yeah, that's
And
what I
then the
say.
small
In
copies
the
will make
meantime,
it. I will
the
be
smaller
glad to-
copies could come over before the boards are done,
Yeah,
I'll be
and then you
glad to
guys
do
could
that.
print those out.
Somebody should talk to Lucille Rosa.
Oh,
whoever's gonna
list.
go to
She's
the
the
library.
She's the chairman.
Yeah, she's not gonna,
She's not gonna oppose it.
no, she's not
No,
gonna,
but, just give her the courtesy.
yeah, oh, absolutely.
And this is gonna be after election day.
So we have a week.
I'm just thinking, I mean, we don't wanna mix it with the elections and so forth, but you have so many people coming up here to vote. I wonder if you could have
What
Coming
a, what a bunch of these
picture or
ready.
something, or on a easel, so that they see it when they're walking in.
We
at the
are, we're gonna
school,
put one at town meeting. Oh,
At the election
I
time.
don't think we can do that.
I don't think she's, I don't think
We
so
can't do
either.
that.
Jackie's
We're
not
not
gonna allow
asking them
that.
to vote.
We're still electioneering, it's gonna be a thing that's gonna come up
But
before the
have
town.
to have it 150 feet away from.
150 feet away.
Yeah.
No,
A rendering.
rendering that be outside 150 feet away. It's all at the high school,
No,
at
no, no,
the
I
elementary
understand.
school now, so.
Yeah,
I-
especially this election, she's
No.
already, yeah.
No.
You can approach her.
No, but I just,
Wait, there's no reason to wait until after the 7th, or after the 6th to put it here.
No,
No.
I think those go out right away.
No, I think they're
Yeah,
here in the
no.
library. so
Everything
we'll
else-
get 'em.
Done right away.
Everything
well, the
else-
one in the town hall, they're voting now, so you're
Well,
talking
they-
about voters
We
going in.
can't, yeah, I think
She
we
may
There's
not
gonna be
let you do
voting
it.
there.
I don't think
She may not,
I
we
don't think
don't
we can
know.
do that either.
So yeah, so just Jackie permitting,
Yeah.
basically what you can do in the
Oh.
town.
The library's
Yeah,
in
just do,
here.
yeah, do those
That's not
ASAP,
an
yeah,
issue.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
No.
not an issue. The
I mean, who's
stores,
gonna take 'em
the
down?
PTO meeting, the meeting here, that's not gonna
Right.
be,
No, that's no problem at all. It's just the place with it, any place there's polling.
anything that interferes with the integrity of the election.
You could put a sign on every cruiser. One of those signs on every cruiser. That's that easy to deal with.
Like I said, as
Mobile
soon as they see
advertising.
those signs going up all over I think that that's gonna be like a red flag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
and then people will start looking, they'll say, oh, okay, what's this about?
Yep.
When you have a link on it, they can go out and take a look, you know, what the video is, and
What's,
Hmm.
zip it. All right, anything else?
Yeah, a few people have asked about
Uh.
operational costs, and I'm just kind of curious. I know we talked earlier about.
I talked tonight with them also.
Yeah.
Some information.
Andy and I are gonna put our heads together and
Educate.
see if we can get some estimated values from the building. We'll have an idea on that.
And we did say at the beginning that we need a custodian there, right?
We need to ease into probably all of that, but I think there's a lot of stuff going on with custodial services right now. So I think that that's something that we're gonna be discussing. Anything else?
Not from me.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn?
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
All right.